That's the crazy part. We don't even know how much time we're going to get and when this could get taken away from us. So it's important that we do what we're here to do while we're here. I heard you needed some motivation. Things have been going rough. It's been a struggle lately for all of us. Probably not just you, but I think it's important to keep things in perspective when we're going through these tough times, when things get challenging, when we face obstacles. I think it's important first to recognize how far we've come. Think about all the obstacles you've already made it past, all the growth you've already overcame. Think of yourself 2 years from now, or think of yourself 2 years ago, 1 year ago. What were you struggling with? What were you trying to get past? Chances are you overcame that, and chances are you're going to overcome whatever you're going through right now. And I think it's important when we're going through these times of difficulty and challenge of realizing that yes, it sucks. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it can be a source of anxiety while you're going through it. But also, life isn't supposed to be easy. And when we go through these challenges, when we face these hard times and these difficulties that make us question, like, are we on the right path? What are we doing? Where where is our next paycheck going to come from? How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to achieve our dreams? All of that stuff builds your character. All of that stuff changes and builds up who you are in a positive way. It gives you resilience, the ability to overcome obstacles when they're present. And so don't look at this your present situation, whatever you're going through. Don't look at it from your present point of view. Don't look at it from the day to day, that constant stress, that anxiety that comes from maybe not knowing where the next paycheck's going to be, not knowing whatever it is that's causing you that anxiety. Don't look at it from the day to day. Zoom out a little bit. Think about, now imagine yourself 2 years in the future and look back on where you are now. 2 years in the future, after you've overcome this difficulty, after you've achieved some of your major goals, after you made it to a place where you're happy with, where you're abundant, where life is good. Imagine yourself looking back and thinking about where you are now and seeing with a smile, oh, that that is when I became me. That is when I became the person that I needed to be in order to get to where I'm at now. That is, I was going through so much difficulty, so much anxiety, so much stress, so much difficulty. I didn't even know how I was going to pay rent. And now I'm here, exactly where I wanted to be when I was back there. Just think about that. Imagine how it feels looking back and realizing, oh, I needed to be there. I needed to go through that in order to get to where I needed to go, to get to where I always wanted to go. Because it's true, you're going through the struggle right now, but keep it in perspective. This struggle is what's going to make you you. This struggle is what's going to take you to the next level. This stress you need to go through to be able to make it to the next level in life, to make it to where you want to go. You never get anywhere that you want to go without difficulty, without obstacles, without challenges. If having a successful life was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be successful, but it's hard. But you're pushing yourself, you're putting obstacles in front of your way, you're challenging yourself because you know you're worthy of more. And that's admirable. Be proud of yourself for that. A lot of people are content with where they're at, but you're growing, you're pushing yourself to grow into the person that you know that you want to be. You're not settling for where you're at now. And that's important because if you chose to stay the same, maybe maybe life would be easier. Maybe it'd be easier if we weren't trying to do all of these things, if we weren't trying to grow, if we weren't trying to pursue that freedom that we know we deserve. Maybe life would be easier if we just settled down and, got a day job and just worked on something that wasn't part of our purpose. But would that be more fulfilling? Would that make you happy? Would that make you proud? I'm not saying that temporarily that's not something that can help you out or be a stepping stone, but I just want you to be proud of yourself and give yourself some credit for pushing yourself in whichever way you're pushing yourself. This shit is not easy. We've made life unnecessarily complicated. Just it's so complicated just to exist. We've got to worry about a job and bills and relationships and all these other things, and it's just compounded by having technology in our faces 24/7, to where we get so distracted we get out of touch with who we really are and what we truly want. But I've got a feeling you've got a feeling of what you truly want. You may not know exactly what it is or what it's going to look like, but I can imagine you have a feeling of where you want to go and what you want to accomplish in your life. And when you're going through these hard times, these difficulties, I just invite you to come back to that feeling. Come back to that feeling, that knowing of what you want out of this life, because we only get one life. We only get a certain amount of time, and we don't even know how much time we're going to get. That's the crazy part. We don't even know how much time we're going to get and when this could get taken away from us. So it's important that we do what we're here to do while we're here. It's important that we do what we're here to do now. It's important that you follow that feeling, that you follow those goals, that you do what it's going to take to live a fulfilling life, because you don't even know how long you'll be here. Imagine you only had a year left. Would you continue doing the same things? Or say you only had 10 years and you're just spending all of this time preparing for the future, saying, "Oh, I'll get to this one day. I'll chase my dreams someday. I'll finally make that jump or take that risk someday." And you spend all your time preparing for a time that never comes. That's not a place that I would want to be. This Nothing is guaranteed, okay? We don't even have tomorrow guaranteed. So you need to, I need to, we all need to start taking ourselves a little bit more serious and a little less serious at the same time, if that makes sense. I hope you guys are with me. I'm just trying to give this from the heart, but I don't know. I think we're here for a reason. I think you're here for a reason, and I hope that you're watching this video for a reason, and I hope you're getting something out of it. I think we all have this potential within us, and we all know what we want, whether we know exactly what it is or if it's just a feeling. We all need that security. We all need that growth. We all need that development. We all need to have something to be proud of. And I think we already have something we can be proud of. If you've been putting in work, if you've been trying to be better, if you have even just been fighting to maintain in a world that has so many distractions, so many people trying to steal your attention and just everything going against you. And if you're fighting it, if you're maintaining, if you're just trying, be proud of yourself. It's hard. It's hard living life out here in 2023. It's not an easy thing. There aren't too many handouts, there aren't too many gifts. And I know you're doing it on your own for the most part. Be proud of yourself. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. So be proud of where you're at. Be proud of all the effort you're putting in trying to create something more for yourself. And just know that while those efforts might not be paying off today, they might not be paying off tomorrow or even next month. If you keep putting in that consistent effort, it is going to pay off. Every input has an output. Every action has an equal or opposite reaction. And so sometimes these reactions, or sometimes the effects of our actions, we don't see the results of until down the line. There are compounding effects that we don't even see right now. So that the effort you're putting in right now, it seems like you're going nowhere. It feels like you're pedaling the the wheels of a stationary bike. You're not going anywhere. You're just treading water. You're trying to stay afloat. It seems like all of that effort is just for nothing, but it's not, because you're putting in those actions, you're putting in the reps, and you are doing what it takes to become that person that you want to be. And so if you stop now, if you give up because you're not seeing results, you won't even see the effects of that until down the line, because the work that you're putting in, the effort that you're putting in right now, maybe it's not going to pay off for another year. Maybe it's not going to pay off for another 2 years, for another 5 years, for another decade. But I guarantee you, if you keep pedaling, if you keep putting in that effort consistently, it is going to pay off. We need to start thinking long term. Don't think about how you're feeling right now, how much it sucks right now trying to create what you're trying to create, all that difficulty and the stress and the failures and the not living up to your own expectations. Don't let that cause you to give up. Don't give up because you're not where you want to be. Know that all of those failures, all of the difficulty, all of the stress is leading you to exactly where you want to be, to exactly where you need to be. Just don't give up. It's as easy as that. Failure is not failure. Failure is a lesson to be learned and a stepping stone to success. So don't get discouraged when you fail or when you make a mistake. I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you. I make as many mistakes as any of you guys listening. But it's all a never ending process of just creating order from the chaos. And you can do this. I've got faith in you. I've got faith in me. I encourage you to have some faith in yourself. Think back to a time when you've gone through something difficult, something similar to this, and you made it through. And chances are you made it through and you're not even thinking about that time, that difficulty, that low point that you went through in life, and how much it sucked, how bad it felt to be going through those tough times where it felt like everything had been giving up on you, everything was going wrong. It felt like you had no base of support. It just felt hopeless. But you made it through that. And I imagine you made it through that and you reached some other high that made you realize that, oh, going through that, I had to go through that. Going through that is just a part of life. Life's going to have its ups and downs. We know this. You know this. It's not always going to be easy, but that's what makes it beautiful. The beauty is in the struggle. Maybe this is just maybe it's just me, but maybe we'll look back one day, a year down the line, 5 years from now down the line, 10 years down the line, when we're successful, when we're in a place we want it to be. I imagine that we're going to look back on where we're at now, the work we've been putting in, the efforts, the struggle, the anxiety, the uncertainty. I bet you that we look back on this now and we smile. We think, damn, we thought that was the worst. But in essence, that time in our life when we're just fighting, scrapping, trying to find a way, maybe this is one of the best times in our life. Maybe it's not. I can't tell you the difference. I can't see the future. But one thing you can come back to is being grateful for what you do have right now. Because while you might be struggling, while you might be going through a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, you still, I hope, come home at the end of the day to a roof over your head, some type of food, a bed to sleep in, and I hope that your relationships are filled with love and mutual appreciation. And it's just these little things that we can be grateful for that make it easier going through these tough times and these difficulties. And so um, come back to that. I need to do better on that equally as much as you, because I've been losing my gratitude lately, and it honestly, as someone who has practiced gratitude a lot in the past, when you're grateful for what you already have, it just makes life better, because you realize all of the blessings and all of the gifts that you have around you, that it's just so easy to let go unnoticed or unappreciated. Like the fact that we have running water, plenty of water to drink, food to eat. It just, when you let that go unappreciated, you never realize how good you have it until you go without it. And I think basically everything in life is like that. You're not grateful for your car until you don't have it. You're not grateful for a bed until you're sleeping on the couch. You're not grateful for all your time and having time to sleep and rest until you don't have it anymore. And so just being grateful for what we already have changes the lens that we view life through. And I believe it also opens up space for more blessings to come. I mean, when you're grateful and thankful for everything that's around you, you just, when you get more things or new things that really serve you and bring you value, it's easier to appreciate them fully. And one final note that I want to leave you with is, when we're born, when we're babies and we come out of the womb, I don't think a single baby has ever came out of the womb and walked. I don't think a single baby has ever walked on its first try. When you were a baby, when you were born, I would imagine that you had to try a few hundred times to walk. Each time you get up on two legs and you fall over, you bang your head, you just slip or fall or whatever, and you fall down. And I guarantee you no one ever got mad at yourself for failing. I guarantee you weren't in your head getting pissed off or angry at yourself or frustrated with yourself for falling down, for failing. All you did was, you know, rub your bruises, maybe bandage up some scrapes, and you tried again. And you fell over and you tried again. And you tried again and you tried again, and you kept practicing and getting up. And I would like to imagine that you're walking on 2 feet today. And if you are, that means that after all those failures, after all those tries, you finally made it and you learned and you figured out how to walk, and you know how to walk. You don't even think about walking today. That's how easy it is. But it's only that easy because we put in so many reps. And so this is the same for whenever we're trying to make change in our life, whenever we're trying to become a new person. We're going to fail. We're going to have all of these trials and failures, and we're going to fall down over and over and over and over. But the only thing that matters is that we keep getting up, is that we keep trying and we keep taking that next step, because eventually it just becomes who we are. It becomes easy. It becomes something we don't even have to think about. And so don't get down on yourself for failing. Don't get down on yourself or discouraged if you're trying something and it's not working, or if you keep falling back, or if you make some progress and then you stumble. It is all part of the learning process. It's all part of learning to walk. And if you're walking today, it means that you have it within you. You were born with it, the natural ability to learn and to keep persevering through failure, to keep taking that next step, and to keep moving forward. If you can walk, you were literally born with that. And so I just encourage you to keep that in mind as you move forward to take the next step. Even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, even if you keep failing over and over and over, just keep taking up, keep getting up, keep taking that next step. I guarantee you can do it if you just don't give up. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I appreciate every single one of you that took the time to listen, and I truly hope that if you're going through a tough time, that this video has resonated with you, and if it even reaches just one of you and resonates, my goal will be accomplished. So I appreciate you guys. There are links down below if you feel like checking them out. You can like, subscribe, comment if you feel like it. If not, completely okay. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.